This is realistic optimism. I'm Mark Tyson, an NIH neuroscientist. So, someone asked me the other day, how do we replace all the science that's being lost at NIH? Do we fundraise or reach out to pharma? And my answer was, there are no other ways. There are no ways to replace what's being lost. Our only option right now is to defend NIH and NSF and public funding for biomedical science. That's our task. So, why can't public funding for science be replaced? Two things. The first part is just about scale. I was listening to someone the other day from a science nonprofit who was talking about a fabulous program they had launched. Really amazing. A $2.5 million investment in a neuroscience center. And the science they were talking about is really amazing. It could lead to future groundbreaking cures for things like Alzheimer's. But just for context, the institute that I'm a part of at NIH is the National Institute for Mental Health, NIMH. It's just one of around six, something like six institutes at NIH that do brain work. And the NIMH budget is $2.3 billion a year. That's about 1,000 times that's approximately 1,000 times bigger than this $2.5 million neuroscience center. And that means that it's an example of how the scale of public investment in science in the US is just enormous. So, why doesn't the private sector step in? One reason is that basic science, the kind that NIH supports by funding universities in all 50 states, is what economists call a public good. And private markets do not support public goods. So, for example, when a cellular process is discovered that later allows a drug to be targeted to it. Oh, hold on a second. We're in the middle of soccer practice here. I'll get back to this. One sec. Goal! When a cellular process or neural process, let's say, is discovered that could later allow a drug to be targeted to it, scientists publish this fundamental discovery and other scientists build on it. That openness is a key part of scientific success in the whole scientific ecosystem and how scientists work together. Companies don't pay for that kind of early basic work that they can't own. Another big reason is just time horizon. An average real estate investment fund, for example, some kind of investment, lasts something like 5 years. In science, a long, high-risk venture capital fund may be the sort of highest risk kind of private sector scientific investment. That shuts down after, venture capital funds shut down after like 10-ish, something like 10 years. But the government can make investments over decades that bring radical advances. And the reason why the US is a scientific superpower is because of this public investment. We made a choice after World War II and in the decades afterward to spend public dollars on scientific research for societal benefit. The US spends much more than other countries do. So there is no replacement. The private sector will not replace it. Philanthropy will not replace it. Right now, the choice is we either defend NIH and NSF and public funding for US science, or watch science, US science, and medical cures collapse and disappear.